Yattu kritsnavade kasmin karye saktamahaitukam atatvarthavadalpam cha tattamasamudahritam niyatam sangarahitam aragadveshata kritam apala prepsuna karma yattat sattvikamujyate yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punah kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasamudahritam anubandham kshayam himsam anapekshya cha paurusham mohadarabhyate karma yattattamasamuchyate mukta sango naham vadi trityutsaha samanvitah siddhya siddhyor nirvikarah karta sattvika uchyate. So we have seen any thinking that relaxes you is sattvic thinking. You cannot think wrongly and relax. The touchstone of the right thinking is it should relax you. Should relax you. When you think of helping your old parents, that relaxes you. I must leave them and go to some other place for my own comfort. That may give you comfort but can't relax. This is the law. The right relaxes you. Right gives you mental peace. I am using a word relax. Yes, you can also use any other word, it doesn't matter. It can relax you. It can make you peaceful. It can make you very cheerful in your heart. It can make you nice, feel good. Right thinking can make you feel good. If you get more money, don't think it is going to give you a feel good. You will not feel. You will feel more greedy in fact. The more you get, first day, when you get a lot of money, first day you will be very nice. You will be excited. एक आधा बॉटल ज़्यादा पी लेंगे, बस और कुछ नहीं है. उसके बाद then the greed takes over. Then you have to do overwork to sustain it, to keep it, to invest it, वगैरह वगैरह. It will only improve enhance your struggle. Anyway, right thinking has to relax you, and that is, in last class we saw the right thinking is all that we need is within ourselves, without any exaggeration. You see, food I have to get it from outside, but peace is I don't have to look for it. Fullness I don't have to look for it. Satisfaction, I don't have to look for it. Comfort, I don't have to look for it. Inner comfort. Therefore, what we call Anandam happens to be our nature. And man, whatever he does, he wants only Anandam. And for that Anandam, he doesn't have to go anywhere. He has to look at him. That is the right thinking. Looking at oneself is the right thinking. What is this me? What is this conscious me? Investing thoughts on yourself is the right thinking. Spending more time to look at yourself is the right thing. Because there is nothing which can be, all other things are gradedly right or wrong. This is absolutely right. All other thoughts are gradedly right or wrong. Any other thought, if you say making money is right, it is right for somebody, wrong for somebody else. Therefore it is disputably right, debatably right, or debatably wrong. But looking at yourself is not debatably right, it is absolutely right. Absolute right is different from debatable right, disputable right, arguably right. It means relatively right, subjectively right. Going to America is good for somebody and not so good for somebody else. Therefore, these subjective rights, these subjective wrongs are not the topic of Vedanta. It is the absolutely right. That is the topic of Vedanta, looking at one's existence. Absolutely right. Then what is Rajoguna? This is called Sattvic thinking. Thinking about it, probing into your nature is Sattvic thinking. What is Rajasic thinking? That which can whip up ambition. That which can create desire for objects. That which can make you restless, agitate, active, put in you drive, can drive you towards things. That which can drive you. That is called Rajoguna. And in understandable language it means only that this object will make me very, very happy. This thing everybody has, I must have. Ambition comes to your mind in so many ways. वो कब्जा कर देती दिमाग को. Desire क्या करती है? कब्जा कर देती है. दिमाग को पूरा कब्जा कर देती है. And the desire drives you. Therefore, this thinking and this conviction that if I get that, I will be very happy, this I will be very happy, etc. Looking upon the objects as the answer is called Rajoguna. That the answer is within me is Sattva-guna. The answer I have to get it from outside, that is called Rajoguna. And what is Tamoguna? This is where we stopped. Tamoguna is something very perversion. The limited you look upon as the unlimited. A person drinks, it is painful, and you see a great heaven in it. That is called Tamoguna. It is dukkha. And you write poetry on it. It is such a painful stuff. You write poetry. What is this called? Tamoguna. Tamoguna means perversion. Perversion means not normal. You are a married man, you have a wife and children, and you are thinking of another girl, and you write poetry on her. What is it called? Perversion. Called tamoguna. Tamoguna. What is unhappiness, you interpret it as happiness. A musibat, you interpret it as heaven. And a useless thing, you interpret it as heaven. This is what is called the tamoguna. And also interpreting God also as a given form. Hey, God is formless. He can be worshipped in any form. But form itself is not God. Form itself is not God. A given form, how can it be unlimited? Ji? How can it be unlimited? And therefore, all misconceptions come under, all perverted misconceptions come under tamoguna. I would stick to that word, perverted misconceptions. They are not acceptable misconceptions. If you mistake the rope for snake, it is a very acceptable misconception because anybody can do it. But if you take a drug and say it is heaven, then what is it? Acceptable misconception or perverted misconception? Perverted misconception. It's a perverted misconception. All perverted misconceptions come under tamoguna. Come under tamoguna. And what else is tamoguna? It creates attachment. Supposing you care for your children, that's wonderful. But you say, when they will make me very happy, through them I will become happy. They may come and sit with you and then give you a bit massage. Nani, how are you? And some goody things they may talk. That itself cannot really, that may give you a little thrill, a momentary thrill. You feel good, मेरे बच्चे बहुत अच्छे हैं, they care for me. What care for them? Just once in a month they come and then do a little press, because it's a good exercise for them also. And then have a nice lunch given by you and then they go away. It's not a great deal, nothing great about it. Caring is much more than that. But you can care for them, but don't ever think that somebody is going to give you. You have to find your peace in your own heart. Thinking that I have to solve my problems in the light of my own nature. Not in the light of my own money, but in the light of my own nature. Our own nature is much more efficient in solving problems than our own money. Truth is much more competent in solving our problems than wealth. Bhagavan Vishnu is more competent than Lakshmi. समझ गए ना? नहीं समझा? Bhagavan Vishnu is more competent than Lakshmi. And therefore, tamoguna is that which can make you have too obsessive attachments. Day and night thinking about your children. It becomes moha. It is the care that sustains the bond, not moha. A responsible care. It is the sense of responsibility that sustains the families. It is the sense of responsibility that is the bond, not moha. Moha makes you commit mistakes. Responsibility makes you very objective. Responsibility makes you very happy. Exercising a sense of responsibility. I am a father, I must be good to all my children. I am a father, I must be good to all my children. I am a father, I must give them education. At the same time, I may be a father, but I am my own individual. I am a different person and they are different. They have to find their happiness, I have to find my happiness. I can give them money, but nothing more. This objective thinking and with a sense of responsibility makes you much happier than getting attached. All the time fondling, touching the children. These are all moha ji, aur kuch nahi. And moha makes you very, very unhappy. Even if the other person starts sneezing, you have your sleepless night. मेरा बेटा को क्या हो गया? क्या हो गया? He has got his prarabdham, let him go through. You go to your sleep. If he has to get up, let him get up. If he wants your assistance, you get up and give him, care for him. But you don't lose sleep over him. You don't have to lose sleep. That if it is its prarabdha to go through something, he has to go through. Just because it is your son, you can't say that he should have no pain. You can't write destiny. We are not Bhagavan. You can't write destiny, rewrite destiny on the forehead of our children. Beta aajao, likhta hu. What is it called? Tattoo. You can't do tattooing of destiny. Can you tattoo destiny? Alone it will be very painful. Then the next is, what else is tamoguna? Atatvarthavat. It's false. It doesn't conform to the truth. Attachments don't conform to the truth. Responsibility conforms to the truth. Values conform to the truth. Objectivity conforms to the truth. Caring conforms to the truth. But moha doesn't conform to the truth. Moha doesn't conform to the truth. Objectivity means everybody has to go through his sukha dukkha. We all go through some pleasures, some pains. We all go through good times as well as bad times. Even though I may have money, but bad times have nothing to do with abundance. Because despite having money, I can go through bad time. Is it true that when you have a lot of money, there is no bad time? Bad time does not mean only losing money. Bad time can mean only just common cold that never ends. It is also bad. Running cold means a bad time. And then suddenly you put on too much of weight. That is also bad time. You can't get up, you can't. See, prarabdham can catch you in so many forms. There are so many kinds of pain which don't show up as bad time. They think it's just an ordinary thing. Hey, overweight can be very bad time. Yes. Therefore, anyway, coming back to the point, what is tamoguna? Perverted misconceptions. Number one. That which causes attachment. Number two. Ahaitukam, being illogical. Number three. Atatvarthavat, indulging in all false things, not conforming to the truth. Alpam, and they are all just small things, simplistic. Being simplistic. Alpamcha. Tat tamasam udakritam. That is called tamoguna. Thinking in terms of all perverted misconceptions that arise in one's mind, attachments that arise in one's mind, illogical thinkings that arise in one's mind, false illusions that arise in one's mind, and all simplistic thinking that arise in one's mind. These are all simplistic thinking also. Somebody said, you come for our ashram for 7 days, you will get God realization. And then you fall for it. How can you understand the truth in 7 days? That is okay, Bhagavad Puran ke liye theek hai saptah. And there also you just go there. Don't fall for false things, simplistic things. Don't be simplistic. Be dignified enough to accept logical things. To fall for illogical things means it's a very undignified status. As educated people, we should always go after logical things, useful things, deep things, the right things. The right things. Tat tamasam udakritam. Having seen the three kinds of thinking, sattvic thinking, rajasic thinking, tamasic thinking. Sattvic thinking, that which relaxes you, is looking at yourself is sattvic. Thinking of the objects as the answer is rajasic. Perverted thinking is tamasic. And now Bhagavan is going to, in the next verse Bhagavan is going to talk about the quality of action. This also is very good. First he is going to talk on what is the right action in our day-to-day life. Because we have to live from day to day. Niyatam. The right thing to do in our day-to-day life is niyatam. Means what? Do regularly your duty. Don't be, once in a while kind. Don't be consistent in all your right actions. Be consistent in your prayers. Be consistent in your studies. Be consistent, be regular in your duties. Be consistent. Don't be, just thoda kiya, thak jate hain fir chodo. Kya karna chodo? We give up in no time. Lack of patience, lack of forbearance, lack of perseverance. Lack of perseverance make us give up. There is no stamina to persevere. That is all because we are used to comfort. And comfort costs us that perseverance. Don't think comfort is always too much of comfort can make us vegetables. Then we become good for nothing. For everything comfort. I don't want to take even a walk a little. Market भी जाना हो तो रामू ड्राइवर को बुलाना. These are, you become good for nothing. कि थोड़ा सा मेहनत करना सीखो. Have lot of money, but be agile. Don't be sluggish. Even at the age of 90, you should be agile to the extent possible. You should never abandon agility. Agility. You should always be agile. And not all the time looking for some comfort. Niyatam. Anyway, Ji, the sattvic action is be consistent in doing all your duties, be consistent in your disciplines, be consistent in your exercises, be consistent in your prayers, be consistent in anything that is good for you. Don't give up anything good. If Karela is good, don't give it up. Who knows? In fact, Karela, I know one Swami, just by eating Karela, he lived for 90 years. So he had diabetes at the age of 40. Just imagine, he started his diabetes at the age of 40 and he lived for all because of Karela. Yes, Karela is a big answer. Karela is very good. What I am saying is, good food don't give up. Good food means what can give you good for your health. What is good for your health? That's called good food. I don't mean good food means rich food. Don't give up the right habits. If you like getting up early in the morning and don't listen to somebody, why do you want to get up so early? Why can't you go on sleeping till 10 o'clock? क्या करना है? घर में इतने काम करने वाला है, उनको करने दो, आप क्यों? Don't really. It's all right. It's wonderful to have too many people to work for you, but then you should also. But you should not allow them to make you a vegetable. Anyway, I have conveyed this word, niyatam. What is niyatam? Never give up a right habit. Never give. Keep cultivating good habits. Keep cultivating good exercises. Keep cultivating good actions. Keep cultivating. And when you perform an action, Sangha Rahitam, the next term. Sangha Rahitam means when you perform an action, don't have all the time only some material result. A duty is sacred, not because it has a result, but it is going to support many people. The duty that I do is going to help many. It is going to support me and many others. My duty supports my family. My duty supports my whole community. My duty is going to support my nation. My duty supports the whole humanity. Indirectly, my duty supports. It contributes to God's creation. Don't underestimate the value of your duty, please. Don't say, after all, मैं ना भी करेंगे तो क्या हो गया? नहीं. Your duty has, like भगवान राम जी, सेतु बनाते थे. एक squirrel came. It also contributed. थोड़ा सा, it would just fall into water, and then go and then roll in the sand, and the sand would stick to its body, and then come and then shake it up on the setu. It was contributing. Contributing is important rather than thinking of the volume. Don't think of the intention to contribute is the value, not the volume is a value. Volume is just a volume. But the intention to contribute is a value, is a sacred value. Therefore, never think, अगर मैं एक आदमी ना करेंगे तो क्या हो गया, is a wrong thinking. Because Just as we all breathe air in God's creation, we use God's creation, so we have to contribute to the society. And contributing means I don't mean giving donations and all that. Do your duty, whatever it is. Do your duty. घर में माता पिता की सेवा करो, बच्चों की देखभाल कर लो, घर को संभालो. That is the best duty. Look after your home. If your home is in order, your happiness is in order. Every householder has the primary duty of keeping the house in order. And in the process, if I have to swallow my ego, it doesn't matter. If by swallowing my ego, if it can create better atmosphere in the house, it is okay. What does it matter? That is also a contribution. Sometimes when you swallow your ego, you have contributed a lot. Yes, you are creating an atmosphere. You are creating peace. In fact, ego disturbs. Swallowing ego contributes happiness, peace. And therefore, humility, when you swallow your, this you remember, when you swallow your ego, please don't think you are becoming smaller. In fact, you are bigger. You are bigger. Humility makes you taller than others. Humility makes you taller than others. Ego makes you smaller. Therefore, try to live wisely in your own house with humility and enjoy. You can't enjoy ego, but you can enjoy peace. You understand now? You can enjoy peace. You can enjoy a peaceful atmosphere at home. And even if you have a big ego, you can't enjoy it. But you swallow the ego and then there is peace around and you enjoy it. Therefore, duty, Bhagavan says here, hey, do your duty, but don't imagine all the time some material result. One is, don't expect any material result. Anyway, when you do your action, some material result will come, whether you think of it or not. When you are walking, you are covering distance, is it not? Now you don't have to all the time measure the distance that you have covered. You don't have to all the time think. When you are walking, you are moving deep. But then, similarly, when you are doing your duties, kuch to phal to milta hai. But the prime motive behind the duty should be your own inner growth. Your own inner growth. My duties must add growth to me. Able to follow? Therefore, when you do your duty, if you do your duty for a mere material result, it doesn't inspire you. But inner growth inspires you. You say, I am doing my duty so that it makes me a matured person. It makes me a man of effort. It makes me a responsible person. It makes me a grown-up person, a thinking person, a responsible person, and as a responsible person, it becomes easier for me to understand the truth. A responsible person is a peaceful person. Understand? A responsible person is a peaceful person. I think so. I am extending responsibility beyond your understanding of its connotation. Responsibility, if you are responsible, you are not even anxious. you are responsible enough to renounce anxiety and keep doing. Responsibility creates in you responsible action. And therefore, you don't have to think all the time materialism. Sangarayatam, Bhagavan says very beautifully. Sangarayatam, do your duties, but don't all the time dwell on material things. Aragadveshatah kritam. Then what else is the best action? Do your duties without likes and dislikes. Sometimes, you have to look after your parents and they are having some sickness which you don't like. They have skin problem and they don't look nice. And they are going through real difficult period. After all, they are your parents, but they are unclean, etc. And you become a little disgusted with the whole thing. How can I really? They look so shabby, the skin problem and sneezing and this and that. But yeah, elderly people, I say, when you become elderly also, don't feel disgusted. I have seen people in Rishikesh, some of the doctors used to come some 40 years ago. They used to tie bandages on the hands of the lepers. That's Sevaji. You need so much of understanding to do seva with your hands. And that's a great novel. We all one day will die. The body will just burn out. Badi baat nahi hai. But then to just help somebody, at least your own people, your own parents, your own sister, your own brother, we all sometimes find ourselves in such difficulties, And if we don't help one another, then who is going to help us? At least let the families be intact with great responsibility and care. Not mere attachments. In the society, either there are too much of attachments or too much of enmity. I don't want to. Jab Sharir, on the day of his cremation, I will go and see him from outside. Andar se bhi nahi ja, andar bhi nahi ja. Itni bada dvesh we carry. Kya? What is there? What is the use of harboring hatred? You say we all make mistakes, maybe somebody has made mistakes, just leave it. Therefore, do your duties without ragas and dvesha. Accept your duties as a prayer. Do your duties as sacred and as a prayer. Nitya karma. Daily duties. Then what else is the karma? So now I have given 3 qualities. When you are to be consistent in your right actions is 1 point. That makes your karma sattvic karma. Sangarayatam. Don't think of only material object. Just do it with a sense of responsibility. That is the second point. The third point is don't like and dislike. Because whenever you like your duty, then you come to dislike one day. Likes are not good because likes will be replaced by dislikes. Even your parents say, oh, I like them. No. Say, I am their child. I must look after them. Always think in terms of responsibility. It is my responsibility to look after them. I am their parent, I must look after my children. It is not on the basis of attachment, but don't function on attachment, function on responsibility. I want to convey this point, it's not easy. Function through a sense of responsibility. You don't have to function through attachment. Don't function through your likes and dislikes. Function through a sense of responsibility. then comes. That is why look upon discipline as choiceless. Meaning what? I am not supposed to exercise my like and dislike. Look upon discipline as choiceless. Duty, choiceless. Exercise, choiceless. Going for a walk, choiceless. Doing your duty, choiceless. Looking after the children, choiceless. Looking after the parents, choiceless. Taking the right food, choiceless. All the right things in life, look upon them as choiceless. Don't use your liking mind or disliking mind to poke its nose there. Did you follow this point? Don't allow your liking mind and disliking mind to poke its nose. And every liking and disliking mind has such a long nose. All the time poking. I don't like this, I don't like it. भैया ये तो जरूरी है. No, जरूरी में भी होगा, but I can afford not. ये ऐसा कोई right चीज नहीं which you can afford to skip. There is no discipline which you can afford to skip. Sattvic food you can't afford to skip. Exercise you can't afford to skip. If you want happiness, follow all the right things. That's all Bhagavan is telling. Aphala prepsuna. The fourth point is aphala prepsuna. Never allow yourself to crave a result. Always look upon the right things are meant only for your growth. They have no connection to material results. The right things are always for your growth. All the right actions are connected to your growth and they are not connected to any material result. Always see the connection between the right action and your growth. Swamiji, what will I do with all my growth? Hey, your growth you can use to understand the truth. And the truth is awaiting your attention. The ocean has to understand itself as the ocean. And the ocean is thinking that I am a bubble. When the ocean thinks I am a bubble, that is called you and me. It is the unlimited that thinks that I am this bubble. This body is a bubble. Because it is a bubble. That is why you are also called bubbly. You understand it? Bubbly means, do you know why it is called a bubble? Any time it can burst. It can go like that. That's why it is a bubble. Therefore, please understand, don't connect your right things in life to material things. You can work for material results also, that's a different matter for survival. But your discipline, tell me, what material result it will bring? Your discipline is too for your inner growth. Prayers, you are for inner growth, etc. Yat tat satvikam uchyate. All these right actions which are connected to your inner growth are called the sattvic karma. Clear? Then what is rajasic karma? That also let us see. Next one. Let us read Ji. We are all sleepy Ji. Since morning we are seeing. Yattu kamepsuna karma sahankarena va punah kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasamudakritam. Very good, Ji. Learn to recite. When you know how to recite Gita verses, because housewives and these days human beings, the people cannot recite Veda. It is too tough. For that you have to train, you have to begin as a child. It's very difficult to recite. There is a Swaram ji. And to pick up that Swaram means years of practice. But for Gita there is no Swaram. There is only a meter. If you can follow that meter, like Yattu Kamepsuna Karma, वहाँ पर रुकना बस. Sahankarena Bapunah Kriyate Bahulayasam. Come on. Tadraja Samudakritam. This is not Swaram. This is a meter, Chandas. This is just a meter. Kaha Rukna, that is meter. And if you learn how to recite Gita verses, Gita is all Vedanta. If you learn how to memorize, do you know what happens when you memorize verses? You can get occupied with the verses in your memory. If your memory is packed with Sanskrit verses, then there would be no place in your memory for other things. हाँ जी, ये तो बहुत बड़ी बात है जी, मैं कह रहा हूँ, बहुत बड़ी बात है जी. Memorize things. Yattu Kame Suna, an action that is done primarily with ambition for an object. Like, matlab se kaam karna. I have no interest in my duty except for money. I have no interest in doing anything except for pleasure. I have no interest in contributing except for my own pleasure. In this manner, the one who functions from desire, the one who functions from the desire for sense pleasure, the action that stems from the desire. Let me put it this way. An action that stems from the desire for a sense pleasure. Yattu Kamepsuna Karma. Therefore, if you look after your that means a person who functions, the action that stems from ambition, please, it doesn't stem from a sense of responsibility. And unless you exercise a sense of responsibility, you can't grow. Growth is based on the sense of responsibility. And I like this word, responsibility and discipline. Everybody is sleeping at home and you are playing tabla. Hey, bhai, what is this? They need. At 12 बजे को क्या तबला क्या होता है? And हमारा मर्जी है. Hey, this is called irresponsibility. Now what can you do with him? And he is stronger built than you. And if झगड़ा भी करेंगे तो गड़बड़ हो जाएंगे. He will do तबला. मैं सीख रहा हूँ. Hey, don't disturb. Be responsible enough not to disturb. That is called responsibility. In fact, when you are responsible, you create a heaven around. I am telling you. A responsible person creates a heaven around. At least he avoids the hell. There is heaven. Already there is heaven. And therefore, let every action stem from a sense of responsibility. And the responsibility in life is to grow. I must become more and more understanding person. I must become more and more an understanding person. That is called responsibility. So if my action stems from ambition, then it is a rajasic karma. The second point is sahankarena va punaha. Sometimes you perform your duty all right, not with a sense of responsibility, but with a sense of vanity. लोगों को दिखाने के लिए मैं ये कर रहा हूँ, वो कर. This is called ahankar. Like the head of the family says, I have to feed all of you. मेरे को बहुत आप लोगों को देखभाल करने के लिए से मेरे को ही काम करना पड़ता है. He is all the time reminding them, he is ihsan on them. You understand, मैं आप लोगों के ऊपर बड़ा ihsan कर रहा हूँ. And then his son says, who asked you to get married? Who asked you to get married? ये क्या सुना रहे हैं? It's all vanity जी. ऐसे how much we accomplish is not what we need. How much we grow, how much we grow, how much we understand life, how much we care, how much we are responsible, how much we allow others to live in peace. This is what matters. Sahankarena va punaha. The actions that stem from ambition or the actions that stem from vanity or kriyate bahulayasam or an action that is done with too much of sweat and toil. Too much of sweat and toil. Bahulayasam. Tad rajasam udakritam. Is there a joke? You see, you cannot perform an action that can kill you. You don't have to be working day and night, day and night, day and night. And ultimately you fall sick. इसमें क्या है जी? Responsibility means I should not only be responsible to do my duties, but I should also be responsible towards my health. I must be good to myself. I must be good to others, but I must also be good to myself. I am also a prani. I am also a prani. So if I hurt myself, then it's like hurting life. That is why committing suicide is violence. Therefore, what does the Delhi police do? Hey, you are not supposed to commit suicide. If you want to die, we will hang you, come to Tihar. Because you wanted to commit suicide, you committed a crime, therefore the punishment is hang him. Why do you go in Jamuna? In fact, we will hang you and burn you and then we will choose the better river called Ganga. Don't be violent towards yourself. Don't unnecessarily neglect yourself. It's not wisdom. Please listen to this. Never neglect your health. Never neglect your mental peace. Never neglect your well-being. Compassion does not mean you are only helping others, and in the process you ignore, you neglect yourself. Like an Indian mother. She is all the time, day and night working for her children and she has no time even to eat food. That's why she said, मुझे मरने के लिए भी टाइम नहीं है. तो माता जी कहते हैं मुझे मरने के लिए भी टाइम नहीं. Poor thing. She is so attached to her children, she has to all the time work. So children must always help the mother. You see, the only hope that the parents have is the children must help them, comfort them. Don't worry, you be seated, I will do. इतना तो करना जरूरी है. A good child must come to the rescue of the parents. Otherwise, uselessly. Because the amount of love they give to the children, in Indian context, Day and night they think only of their children. So when the children come up, whatever be the parents, you may not accept their theologies, their thinkings, their conclusions, their looks and these and habits. कोई बात नहीं, उनका अपना दुनिया है. But you do your duty of comforting them. Therefore, like Indian mother serves everybody in the house and neglects herself one day, and she falls sick. Bhagavan Krishna is giving a message to all the housewives, all the mothers in the world. Hey, don't kill yourself. Haji, don't kill yourself. So, but don't kill yourself. Kriyate bahulayasam tadrajasam udahritam. दूसरा भी पढ़ेंगे जी. Next verse. Anubandham shayam himsam.
Anubandham shayam himsam.
Anapeksha cha paurusham.
Anapeksha cha paurusham.
Mohadarabhyate karma.
Mohadarabhyate karma.
Tattamasamuchyate.
Yattamasamuchyate.
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 What is the tamasic action? This is the tamasic action. Anubandham. Very beautiful G. Without thinking of the consequences. Whenever you do an action, without thinking. Anubandham. The consequences. That anapeksha verb will come later and therefore I am keeping it in mind. You don't see the consequences. Kshayam. You don't even see that it is, it makes you only backward looking than forward looking. That is called a kshayam. It's more painful than, it doesn't make you ahead, it doesn't push you ahead, it only pulls you backwards. It doesn't add to your growth, it only adds to your decline. Kshayam. Every day you drink. It may give you some kick, but what do you achieve in life, G? Till the last day you are only thinking about the alcohol. Once you get into it, your life is gone. I am telling you. Once you get into alcohol, your life is gone. There is no such a thing called moderation. A person who is a womanizer, can he follow moderation? All these things, all addictions become, you commit excesses in all addictions, understand? Only in sattvic food you don't commit excess. You start taking chilies and masalas and you become excess, you commit excess. Panna sunna chahiye ji. In all addictive things you commit excesses. A big unfoldment ji. In alcohol you commit excess. In drugs you commit excess. In greed you commit excess. All these things. Kshaya. Then is, what else is tamasic action? Himsam. Any action that causes decline is kshaya. Any action that causes violence around. Tamasic. Hurting others. I do something but it hurts others. That's not right. You can't say I like it. Hey, before even though you like, please consult others. Even when you switch on the fan, you must consult. Is it all right? If I switch on, supposing you like the fan but others may not, like it. Better consult those people who are sitting. Is it all right if I put on the fan? Otherwise, mera marzi hai, then it becomes a problem. That leads to silent hurts because some people cannot say anything. They are not used to saying anything. They just quietly go through. They quietly suffer. But if you cause silent suffering in others, it brings papa to you. फायदा क्या होगा? उससे क्या फायदा? Himsam, and there are so many other points in this verse. These points we will see when? Next class, provided you come. Ghar mein don't waste time sitting at home. 1 hour is not a long time. Purnamadaha Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vasishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti.